Welcome to Grandpa Hill's True Stories. These stories are for my children, my grandchildren, and all children. In this story, I am 14 years old. It's 1968. I have my 10-speed bicycle, and I have a good friend, Bill Lecuru. He has his 10-speed bicycle. But bicycles don't have anything to do with this story, because it takes place in the wintertime. And in the wintertime, one of the things that my friend Bill Lecuru and I like to do is we like to build forts. It's almost as much fun as building dams, but we would build forts. So it's in the middle of the winter, and we have to build this fort. So what are we going to build it out of? We don't have a tent. We have sticks. But it's really cold out. So we also have newspaper. Okay? So we started building the tent up, and we layer it with newspaper, and we put twigs over it, and we kind of build it around like an igloo, and we left a hole in the side of it where you could climb in, and we left an opening a little bit at the top.
A teepee.
Like a teepee, but more like an igloo because it's kind of smaller. Like there's two of us, we can kind of lay down in there, and then we can sit up, but we can't stand up. So we're going to be really nice and cozy. But we weren't really nice and cozy. We were cold. So anyway, we build this thing, and it became a refuge where we could go and warm up when we were playing in the wintertime. And it was like not too far from his house, so about a mile from my house and close to his house, but out in the woods. And we pile up all those sticks, and it was just so cool. We could get in there, get our flashlights, and play cards, because it's really dark in there, because it's built all around. It just has that one opening on the side. And the opening was like, something a boy could crawl through, and then you'd kind of be inside of the cave. It was really, really nice. So, but we wanted to be a little warmer, so we started a little teeny fire, just like a campfire. But in order to get a little warmer with the campfire, we had to have it in the house. So when we put it in the house, we had to the flame on it was only about 3 or 4 inches high. And and then they had that hole at the top, so it would draft up. And if it didn't draft up, of course, we'd be in a bunch of smoke, and we'd die of smoke inhalation inside of the little hut.
Or you would stamp it out.
Yeah, so we put it a little bit towards the opening so that it would draft across that. We could see the draft, and it would then pull it up and go out through the top. But as it's doing that, there's these things, they're kind of red. They call them sparks. Yes, sparks. So this little spark comes up, and remember what the hut's made out of? Dry twigs and newspaper.
That is not.
Now, there is snow on top of it, but from the snow, that's what made it, seal it up some on the outside. There's quite a bit of snow, but not so much snow that it would be wet on the inside. So the inside's still dry. And then that paper caught. It was almost like an explosion. It's like when you put a Christmas tree in the fire, that an old tree that's been up all season, and it goes. That's what it was like, except that we're in our little hut, and there's a little fire over by the door, and it's going up the wall of the door. So in order to get out, which we have to get out, we actually have to go through the fire. Now, we have our coats, our sweaters on, probably take our coats that might have been outside of there. But we come out, and we're crawling as fast as we can. My friend was out first, I think. I don't remember that part. And then I'm out, and we're coughing and gagging. And by the time we're out, and we look around behind us, now it looks like a bonfire. Because it just catches, because the snow is no longer an issue. It just goes, it's a roaring fire for about 10 minutes, 5 minutes maybe. And then it's out. And I made it. I'm still alive. So I'm here to tell you the story. But it's so foolish to have a fire like that.
Yeah, and it's so foolish to put it in a
Newspaper house. Yeah, to put it in a newspaper house. But see, we really weren't that bright, I guess would be a way to say it. We made some serious mistakes. And we could have gotten seriously hurt. But if you know the story about the 3 little pigs, like one of them does it with straw. The other one does bricks and sticks. So we had like straw and sticks all in one house. And again, it went up pretty quick. So that's my story.
We're glad you got out.
What do you think? Are you going to go build a house? Are you going to build one in trail life like that?
I'm going to use bricks. Wow, Grandpa really burned down the house.
Well, you have to understand, Grandpa was a boy. Period.
Yeah.
It really was a very dangerous time, but I don't really know much about it because I'm a frog and I would have been in the mud. Well, sometimes when you do things that are fun and they're dumb, you're gonna get hurt. Marshmallow?
Yes, Gorf?
Why did Grandpa tell such a story about his childhood? What he did was so dangerous. It was so dumb to start a fire in his fort. Grandpa even said it was dumb. And Grandpa wasn't dumb. Grandpa isn't stupid.
Well, for some reason his grandchildren and their friends want to hear about mistakes. Terrible mishaps. And near misses he got himself into. Brendan begged him for a story about something that he had done wrong as a boy.
Really? Is that because Brendan wants to do bad things too?
No. Gorf, it's not like that. Brendan is excited to learn from Grandpa. He knows that Grandpa made mistakes and got better and better and made fewer and fewer mistakes. Grandpa made mistakes and learned from many, many mistakes. Brendan likes to learn. I think Brendan can learn from Grandpa's mistakes and all his stories about what truly happened to him.
Marshmallow?
Yes, Gorf?
How many mistakes did Grandpa make?
Well, I don't know. I think Grandpa made many mistakes. He just can't remember them all.
Then how did Grandpa do so good with his faith and with Grandma and with all his children and his 23 grandchildren?
I think Grandpa had to think a lot and learn a lot. Some of that learning is from reading, and some is from listening, and some is from watching, and some is from doing, and some of it is from making mistakes.
And learning not to repeat the mistakes?
Oh, yeah. You got it, Gorf.
Does Grandpa even learn to avoid some mistakes in the first place and do things right the first time safely and still have lots of fun without making big mistakes?
Yes, Gorf. Grandpa even learns like Brendan does. Grandpa listens to other people's stories, what truly happened to them. And then, sometimes, he can avoid mistakes altogether.
Wow!
I wonder where Semlo is. Maybe Semlo knows how many mistakes Grandpa has made.